What's up everybody, my name is Dwight and welcome back to GeForce Garage. Today we are going to be showcasing a titanium build featuring our flagship GPU, the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti. So before we go over the build, let's provide some background on this project. First, we wanted to use the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti, our new flagship GPU powered by the NVIDIA Ampere architecture. This is definitely going to give us the ultimate performance we're looking for, ultra settings at high frame rates. But not only are we going to feature our new card, we are going to be using this one-of-a-kind crafted GPU with a titanium shroud that came in a beautiful chest. Built by the master craftsmen over at That Works, experts at blacksmithing and metal crafting. One of their specialties is creating video game weaponry, and they created this special titanium version of the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti, an incredible, powerful weapon for gaming. You can check out the video in the description below and see how both of these were made. So obviously this custom card with its unique titanium shroud was just asking to be put in an equally stunning full-on titanium build. The next step in creating our showcase build is that we needed a special chassis. So we reached out to our friends over at Beast Designs, a bespoke case fabricator who recently helped us out with our Minecraft build. They had a new case called Lithium that would be great for showing off the graphics card that they painted with a custom titanium flake paint. On top of that, the chassis was trimmed with titanium rivets and screws. So we have a titanium GPU and a titanium chassis, but it felt like we still needed more titanium in the system. And that's where modder Nick Falzone comes in. Nick most recently took first place in the Cooler Master Case Mod World Series with his amazing scratch build Ikigai. We just knew that he would be the right person for the job due to his attention to detail and high level of craftsmanship. Let's go to Nick's workshop and talk to him.
Hi, my name is Nick Falzone from Nick Falzone Design. When NVIDIA contacted me about this titanium themed build, I thought it was a little bit unusual since most of my cases are made out of wood, but I'm always up for a new challenge with new materials. One of the key features of the case would be a titanium water cooling loop, and since titanium tubing is too stiff to bend, we decided we needed a custom distro plate to match the look of the build. Once we decided on the ASUS Glacial motherboard with built-in monoblock, that dictated the beginning of the distro design process. I went to CAD to make a few models and machine those out of wood to check for fitment and viability. Once I was comfortable with the mock-ups, I was ready to machine the final versions out of acrylic. The distro plate is two pieces of acrylic sandwiched together. It is designed to integrate the pump, reservoir, and channels to get fluid from point A to point B. It's held together by titanium screws and sealed with O-rings. I integrated an RGB strip for illumination and machined a silver aluminum panel behind it to make the design pop even more. To fill in the space below the motherboard, I used the same aesthetic as the distro plate to create a trim piece that took design cues from the motherboard itself. This attaches to the case using magnets, and both this and the distro plate were machined on my Shippoku CNC. To keep the build clean, I sleeved all the cables myself. Once the titanium tubing was cut, I finished them using emery cloth to match the finish on the EK titanium fittings. As for the spec of this rig, we have the new flagship GPU, the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti, paired with an i9-11900K. Also on the Z590 Glacial board are 32 GB of Viper 4 Blackout RAM at 4400 MHz, and everything is powered by a SeaSonic 850 watt power supply.
Thanks Nick for all of your hard work, but beauty is only half of this equation. Let's go see how well it performs. The RTX 3080 Ti should have no problem tackling anything we throw at it with its 2nd gen RT cores for fast ray tracing and 3rd gen tensor cores that give you the AI features like performance boosting DLSS. Starting off in Cyberpunk at 4K with all settings and ray tracing set to high, with DLSS set to performance we stay between 60 to 70 frames per second. Going over to Warzone, which just had DLSS added to it this season, at 4K Ultra with DLSS and ray tracing on, we stay around 115 to 130 FPS on average. And to cap it off, we're checking out Minecraft with RTX, again at 4K with ray tracing render distance set to the max of 24, we stayed around 90 to 100 FPS. When I initially came up with the concept of this build, I didn't think that I would love how it turned out as much as I do, but it's absolutely breathtaking to be next to it. Thanks to our friends over at Beast for the assist with such a ridiculously demanding project. And thanks to ASUS and EKWB for providing some of the critical components to make this possible. Also thanks to That Works for the amazing work on the custom titanium GPU, And if you guys want to see more of these types of videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you for the next one.